Have you ever wondered why something that used to feel good suddenly feels rushed, disconnected, or even disappointing? Has your body changed without you even realizing it? As we age, our bodies and minds change in quiet but powerful ways. And masturbation, a natural part of life, is no exception. Your old habits may change, and you may find that what used to feel good no longer feels satisfying. It's part of the aging process where our bodies don't function the same way they did when we were younger, from sensitivity to other physiological factors. This is completely natural, but many people don't realize it until they start to feel the difference. Feelings of confusion and anxiety can arise when you realize that what used to feel good are no longer as easy to achieve. However, it is a part of life that any of us will experience, and it is important to understand that this change is not a bad thing, but just a part of the normal aging process. Many people may even feel a loss of confidence or anxiety about their sexual ability as they get older. But in fact, instead of seeing it as a negative thing, we can see it as an opportunity to rediscover our bodies and new needs. This does not mean giving up on pleasure or satisfaction, but finding new ways to maintain and improve the quality of our sex life. Therefore, instead of worrying or feeling disappointed, change your approach so that your body can adapt better to your age. Remember that physical and mental changes are inevitable, but that does not mean we cannot enjoy our sex life to the fullest. If you have experienced changes in your masturbation habits as you age, feel free to share your experiences. Leave your comments in the comments section so we can discuss them together. 2. Example characters. Meet Richard, 65, a man who has gone through many changes in his life. Throughout his youth and middle age, masturbation has always been an important part of his sex life. It not only helps him relax but also brings him a sense of satisfaction and connection with himself. However, in recent years, Richard began to notice a distinct change. The pleasures he used to experience were no longer as strong as before. Every time he masturbated, he felt like there was an invisible distance between him and his body, a feeling of incompleteness, and sometimes even disappointment. This made him wonder. Am I doing something wrong? Has my body changed to the point where I can no longer enjoy it like before? These questions constantly haunted his mind, making him feel anxious and insecure about his sexual abilities. Richard realized that his body was no longer responding as it used to, but he was not sure why. Sometimes he wondered if he had missed something important in his self-care or if it was just a natural part of the aging process. He did not dare to share this with anyone, because he did not want to be misunderstood or feel ashamed of this change. However, he could not continue to live in this confusion. His curiosity about his body made him decide to seek answers. Was this change a part of aging? Or had he picked up bad habits throughout his adult life that now needed to be changed? Richard decided to stop worrying and began a journey to understand his body again, in the hope that he could still find satisfaction and joy in his sex life. 3. Why masturbation is normal and important. In fact, masturbation is not only a simple act but also very important for men's physical, psychological, and mental health, especially as we age. According to experts, maintaining the habit of masturbation is a natural and effective way to reduce stress, improve mood, and can even help you sleep better. The feeling of relaxation that masturbation brings helps the body release endorphins, happy hormones, which help reduce anxiety and stress. This is extremely important for older people when stress and anxiety can seriously affect health and quality of life. In addition, regular masturbation also supports the maintenance of sexual health, helping the body produce testosterone, an important hormone for men's sexual health. Although testosterone levels tend to decrease with age, masturbation can help stimulate the pituitary gland and maintain hormonal balance, thereby helping to improve physiological function and sexual satisfaction. However, to maintain these benefits, you need to pay attention to how you masturbate to suit your body as it changes with age. Men's bodies change over time, which is inevitable. Body parts can lose sensitivity, hormonal changes make it more difficult to achieve orgasm. The feeling of stimulation from masturbation also decreases as we age, partly due to a decrease in testosterone and changes in body structure. We can clearly see that these changes affect the level of satisfaction and excitement that the body experiences. In particular, decreased sensitivity in the genitals can make masturbation less effective if there is no change in the way it is performed. This requires a change in the approach to masturbation habits as we age. Combining additional measures such as using lubricants, experimenting with new techniques, or even consulting a doctor can help maintain the effectiveness and satisfaction that masturbation brings. Moreover, by applying these changes, you will not only maintain your sexual health but also help your body feel comfortable, relaxed, and re-energized after stressful days. By taking care of yourself properly and changing your habits accordingly, you can continue to enjoy the benefits of masturbation in old age without experiencing difficulties or frustrations. Mistake 1. Believing in the semen retention model. One of the common mistakes that many older men make is believing in the misconceptions about holding semen for a long time. Some people believe that holding back ejaculation will increase energy, make them stronger, even increase testosterone levels, like some kind of secret to help them stay young. However, the truth is, your body is not a machine, and trying to hold back semen does not bring the benefits you imagine. In fact, holding back not only does not make you stronger, but can also lead to unwanted consequences. To make it easier to visualize, you can imagine semen as a ball in a net. If you keep trying to hold that ball back, at some point you will feel short of breath, and even uncomfortable because you are trying to control it. Letting go is the best way to feel comfortable and healthy. Otherwise, you will experience frustration and fatigue, which is not good for your health. Scientifically, studies have shown that ejaculation has clear benefits for the body. First, ejaculation helps to regulate hormones in the body, maintain prostate health and even reduce stress. In fact, when you hold back for too long, you not only have to deal with physical discomfort but also may experience psychological imbalance, feel frustrated or more irritable. These not only affect your mood but also negatively impact your relationships and quality of life. So, don't feel guilty if you decide to let loose a little. The important thing is that you understand that your body needs to be cared for and satisfied in a reasonable way. There is nothing wrong with letting yourself experience moments of comfort, both to relieve stress and to maintain sexual health in a natural and healthy way. Let your body function the way it was designed, instead of restricting and over-controlling it. 5. Mistake 2. Repeating a technique over and over again. When we perform an action repeatedly with the same technique, pressure level, and grip, the body gradually becomes used to it, making the feeling of pleasure no longer as strong as before. Our body needs change, novelty to continue to feel the excitement and stimulation. This applies not only to sex life but also to many other activities in life. Imagine, Richard, a 65-year-old man, has been using the same masturbation technique for many years. He only uses one hand and the same pressure without changing anything. And as a result, he begins to notice that the satisfaction is no longer the same. The feeling of pleasure is no longer strong and he feels deprived. But when Richard decides to try changing hands, changing pressure, and even trying a support tool, he suddenly feels a wave of sublimation again. His body begins to wake up, and he finds the feeling of satisfaction as before. To put it in perspective, imagine walking in an old pair of shoes for a year. By then, your feet will be sore and uncomfortable. So why use the same worn-out masturbation technique, which will leave your body feeling tired and uninterested? That's why change is necessary. Get creative and change your technique, change your hand, or even try new aids to rediscover the pleasures you may have forgotten. Your body is not a machine, but a living system, and it responds well to change and novelty. 6. Mistake 3. Rushing when masturbating. Sometimes, when we rush, we can miss out on important and fulfilling moments in life. This also applies to masturbation, especially as we get older. When the body is not as responsive as it used to be, rushing will only leave you feeling deprived and unable to fully enjoy the pleasure. It's like a race where you just want to get to the finish line quickly without stopping to enjoy the scenery around you. Richard, a 65-year-old man, realized that when he rushed during masturbation, the pleasure was not as complete. He felt like he was just racing with himself and not being able to enjoy each moment. After realizing this, Richard decided to take more time to relax, take deep breaths, and try slowing down. This completely changed his experience. No longer feeling rushed, he felt like he could reconnect with his body on a deeper level. The sensations become more and more intense. Imagine if you just rushed to the finish line without stopping, you would not be able to enjoy the joy of the journey. Don't let yourself feel like you arrived early. Take the time to enjoy each moment, listen to your body, and feel the gradual change. In fact, when you slow down and relax, the sensations become stronger, and you will feel more fulfilled in every moment of the experience. 7. Mistake 4. Focusing only on the genitals. When we focus on just one part of the body, we often overlook other parts that can bring great sensations. In fact, the human body is a connected system, and it's not just the hot spots that you think of that bring sublime feelings. Don't forget areas like the neck, the lower abdomen, or even sensitive spots like around the inner thighs. Every part of the body can make a difference, helping you feel new levels of satisfaction. Try to imagine your body as a car. You can't just focus on the engine and forget that other details need attention. For a car to run smoothly, all the parts have to work in sync. Similarly, when you care for and stimulate different areas of the body, the feeling of satisfaction becomes much stronger and richer. A gentle stroke on the neck, a soothing massage on the lower abdomen, or a little stimulation around the inner thighs can make a huge difference. In fact, the body is not just a simple tool, but a complex system, and each area can make you feel better if you know how to pay attention and take care of it properly. Try changing your approach and you will notice a completely new experience. Mistake 5. Not using lubricant. As we age, our bodies begin to lose their ability to produce natural lubricants. This can lead to a dry, uncomfortable feeling during masturbation or sex. Using a lubricant not only reduces friction but also makes the experience much smoother and more enjoyable. You will feel comfortable, without being hindered by unwanted sensations. Richard, a 65-year-old man, tried using a lubricant after noticing changes in his body. And as a result, he noticed a noticeable difference. Using the gel not only made him feel more comfortable but also extended his enjoyment, giving him longer-lasting satisfaction. Such an aid is definitely a game changer. Think of a lubricant as a pair of glasses when your vision starts to blur. When you can no longer see clearly, wearing glasses helps you regain clear, precise vision. Likewise, when your senses start to get dry, a lubricant gel will be the ideal companion, helping you feel everything smoother. 9. Mistakes 6 and 7. Guilt and ignoring support tools. Many older adults still feel guilty about masturbating, largely due to old sexual beliefs. These beliefs can make them feel that the act is inappropriate or shameful. However, this view needs to change. In fact, masturbation is an act of self-care, a way to relieve stress, and maintain mental and physical health. There is nothing wrong with wanting to enjoy a little pleasure for yourself, no matter what your age. Remember, the important thing is that you feel comfortable and happy. In addition, support tools are also a great option to improve the experience. Products designed specifically for older adults, such as soft silicone condoms or grip aids, can help reduce stress and make masturbation easier. These tools will not only improve your comfort, but they will also help you feel sexually satisfied again, even as your body changes over time. Finally, never forget that you deserve great sexual experiences at any age. Don't let guilt or social stigma hold you back. You have the right to enjoy pleasure, comfort, and satisfaction, and there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself in this way. Be comfortable, be confident, and enjoy the moment.